Gentlemen, welcome back to the Tiege Hanley Starting a Business, Building a Brand vlog. This one, big number 184. So it happened. Finally, it happened. Tiege Hanley has had a viral video. Smash hit! It was exciting. It's still exciting. So the way that it worked, last week, actually, about a week ago, I posted a video. I think it was like 6 things that good-looking guys never do. I knew that it was a good video. I knew that it was a solid thumbnail, but I had absolutely no clue that it was going to be my #1 viewed video in like every category in the time frame that it's been out. And right away, as soon as I published that video, it was like off to the races, crazy in terms of the traffic. And you know, a normal video for me in a 24-hour period will do about between like say 150 and like 250,000 views. That's like a good video. If it gets like 250,000 views in 24 hours, it's like an amazing video. That video had almost like 800,000 views in the span of 24 hours. It was crazy. There were hours, like the second hour, it was like 95,000 views per hour. The third hour, 95,000 views an hour. It was crazy. And it was totally unexpected. But the beautiful thing, and the thing that I am so incredibly excited about, is that it was a brand that I own. Tiege Hanley. I've had a few other videos that have done like really well or have gone like kind of viral, but it was always for like a different company. It was for somebody else's company. And although it feels incredible to have an amazing video do incredibly well, this was the first time that it was for one of my brands or one of my products. And it was incredible. I think at the time of filming this video, I'm actually going to check. I think it has like 1.7 million views, which is just insane. And literally, it's been like a week. And so, how did it happen? We planned it, right? The answer is I have no idea how it happened. All I know is that I'm incredibly thankful that it did. There were a lot of things about that video that were right in terms of a very clickable video. But to try to explain or understand why it happened, it's impossible. So it was awesome. It was amazing. It was exciting as a YouTuber to have something that went that viral that fast. I have no idea where this video will go. It could basically die right now or in the next week, and that's pretty much it. Sometimes what happens is that a video will do well and then it'll kind of slow down, and then YouTube will kick it back into whatever system algorithm thing that they do, and it will spike again. I've had a few times that's happened, but even if it just dies a slow death right now, it was still a great video and it felt amazing to have. And for Tiege Hanley, it was just great. It was exciting. It was exciting because traffic was really good, sales were really great, but it doesn't solve your problems. Like having an instant hit like that is great and it does good things for your business, but at the end of the day, it doesn't solve your problems and you got to continue to work and figure things out. And that's kind of where we are now. It was great. I called Kelley. I'm like, yo, you know, it was a viral video. Or actually, I asked Kelley. I said, Kelley, so does this constitute a viral video? And because that's the big joke. For you guys that have been around for a while, you know, when we first started this business, Kelley was always talking about like viral video, and we need to hire a company to create a viral video. And as you guys know, because you're smarter than Kelley, what's up, Kelley? Just giving you a hard time. Viral videos you can't pay for, you can't buy, you can't predict them, they just happen. And there are a lot of different factors, a lot of different things at play, but when there's lightning in a bottle and it strikes, it's just awesome. And you gotta enjoy the ride and just enjoy it, because it's not going to last forever. Something exciting that is happening, or that we're working on developing right now, is called a satellite media tour for Tiege Hanley. What is this? It sounds extraordinary. Well, we hired a PR agency on a small scale a few months back. Remember, if you guys have been around for a while, we had talked and interviewed a few PR agencies that were like a really big expense that we ended up not going with at the time. And I was big like negative on PR and it's not worth it. Well, I have softened my stance and actually see a lot of value. One of the valuable things that this PR agency that we hired to help us with was to get in front of, you know, different companies, different media people, like GQ magazine, Esquire, different radio shows, satellite like radio shows, along with like TV. And we've got something coming up in June called a satellite media tour, where they are going to be taking us around to talk to all of these different editors and producers for all these different shows, all these different magazines, all these different really like media things. And it's going to be Rob, it's going to be Kelley, it's going to be myself. We're going to be all going to New York, and it's one day. And basically we get a driver, we get a car, and we're going from media company to media company to meeting to meeting to meeting, and we're just talking about Tiege Hanley and letting them know who we are, what we do, and hope that, you know, they maybe will do stories on us or include us or just get on their radar. And it's a really good opportunity. It's not free. We are paying for this opportunity, but it's something that we're excited about. There's another opportunity where I'll tell you about if we end up doing it, that's going to come later in the fall, where I'm going to be going up to New York and sitting in a booth filming and talking to a lot of people, which is also incredibly exciting. But Tiege Hanley this year is really trying to get on the radar of more people, right? Bigger, bigger outlets than just here on YouTube or actually here on YouTube, because the majority of the advertising and marketing that we do is here. It's on YouTube. But we feel like it would be valuable. We're not exactly sure what the value is. We just know that it would be valuable to tell people about Tiege Hanley, why we started the company, what we're doing, what our goals are, what we're passionate, and the fact that we build a company for you. And so we're excited. It's coming up. It's not yet, but we're still working out the details. It could still not happen, but I think as of right now, it's looking like we are going to do it probably around like the June 20th mark. And if we do, I'm definitely going to be bringing you along to see and talk to whoever we end up talking with. But now I've talked enough. Let's get to your incredible business questions. Business question. I would also just like to apologize last vlog for saying at the end of the day like 27 times. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize I was doing it, but sometimes when you have I'm sorry. Anyway, a few of you pointed it out. Kelley, as soon as I sent the vlog for them to watch, he said, next time don't say at the end of the day. And I said, okay. And then I watched. I'm like, I'm such an idiot at the end of the day. Just kidding. Business question from our friend Marko. He says, is it possible, and do you recommend starting a business before an individual turns 18? So it's interesting. I do research about different topics based on videos. And the video that I filmed today was 7 signs that you're going to be rich someday. And one of the signs, I've been doing a lot of research, sort of, analyzing a lot of successful people that are financially, well-to-do. And something very common that you see is that they started earning money very young. They maybe had like a lemonade stand, or they were mowing grasses, delivering paper. And they're starting and doing this at a very young age. Mark Cuban, another perfect example. You hear about his story all the time when you watch Shark Tank, about how he started business and doing things like selling baseball cards, I believe. But there is something incredibly just amazing in terms of a young person starting that journey of being an entrepreneur. And I don't think at this stage of the game, age absolutely has nothing to do with your ability to start a business. With the internet, with the fact that we have, as long as you've got a video camera, you could even have like a cell phone, you've got an internet connection, as long as you've got an idea and you're willing to try, you can make a business. You can create a business. It doesn't matter what age. And honestly, in my opinion, the younger you get into it, the younger you start, even if it doesn't work out, even if right now you're trying something small scale that you're able to do, do it. Try it, because you're going to learn so incredibly much. And so by the time your next business, your next great idea happens, you're going to be that much smarter. You're going to be that much more well-versed. You're going to learn lessons along the way. And so I am a firm believer, if you've got the itch to be an entrepreneur and you want to start a business, there is no age limit. You can do it. You just got to figure out what you're capable of doing, do it with the resources you have, and figure it out. But there is no time better to start a business than right now. For the record, I love that question. I'm so excited for you. Just so you know, my first job was 10 years old. I would go over to my grandfather's house on weekends and work for like $5 a day just to help him out. I grew up poor, as a lot of you guys know, and so if I wanted to buy like a G.I. Joe or a, what were those lion people? I can't remember anyway, you know, like Lion-O and all those, Thundercats. They had these like really cool like $5 action figures. Anyway, I had to earn the money because my parents didn't have money to just give me money and go and do it. So 10 years old, I would go over to my grandfather's on weekends and I would work for $5. Then when I was 12 years old, in the summer, I got a job at a snack bar at the Skipback Pool in Skipback, Pennsylvania. And then when I was like 14, I believe, I was able to get a job at a gas station pumping gas. I mean, I've worked my entire life, and it was because I needed to. There wasn't anybody giving me anything. And so, I mean, you know, my basic necessities, you know, Christmas and birthdays and stuff, but there wasn't extra money. And I remember, this is a story that I think about all the time. There was a time when I was 14 years old when I wanted to go down to this local pizzeria with my friend Nick and get a slice of pizza, right? Pizza's my thing. I love pizza. And I went to my mom. I said, hey, can I have $1.25? Do you have $1.25 that I can go and get a slice of pizza? We didn't have it. We didn't have an extra $1.25 in order for me to get a slice of pizza. And this was a very sort of, it solidified something in my brain. And it sucked. At the time I was young and I didn't really understand, like, well, why don't you? Like, I didn't understand it. But it was a defining moment in my life when I realized that, you know what, I've got to not ever be in this position, and I won't be. I'm going to figure out a way that I can afford to buy myself a slice of pizza. And I get choked up. Thinking about it, I didn't realize I would. Anyway, you're never too young. You're never too young to start. And so I love that question, and get working. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm better. All right, business question from our friend Matthias. I did not expect that to happen today. This one may be a long one, so fair warning. When I'm in college, one of my professors told a story about a face cream that was able to outperform the high dollar face creams, $130 face creams. But it was able to be manufactured and sold at $20. So the company tried to sell it at $20 price range, but nobody bought it. So then they raised the price to $60 while making no other changes. And they could hardly keep an item in the stores, and it sold super well. So my question pertains to setting your price point. Did you all consider the possibility that since your prices are so low, that some people may not believe that your products are worth buying? Would setting the price higher allow you to reach more gentlemen? So this is also less of a concern when targeting the male demographic compared to female, like face creams, blah, blah, blah. This question kicks so much ass. It is absolutely ridiculous. And it all boils down to perceived value, the customer's perception of the value based solely on the price. And in this example, you know, face cream selling for like $200, $300 are perceived as better quality, as high end. Like, why would they be priced at $300 if they didn't work? When this other company was like, yo, we're going to be undercutting the market. We're going to undercut the market so much that people are going to buy our product, right? It's $20. It's a no-brainer. This is what they thought. But what happened is that when people saw the $20 price point, they perceived this as a bad quality or a poor quality product. If they would have raised their price to what they ended up doing to $60, now all of a sudden people are like, wait a second, it doesn't appear to be cheap. It seems to be a better value than the $100 price point. And so price point and perceived value is something you are going to have to figure out. As consumers, we perceive the value of something, if it's high, as better, right? Better quality. If it's more expensive, it's got to be better quality. And you know, sometimes this is true, sometimes this is absolutely not true. And in the case of this example, it wasn't true. Same product, but one company priced it too low. And basically it gave the idea that this was a horrible quality product. They raised their price, boom, they start selling, everything is roses. Tiege Hanley, we priced our products as low as we possibly can, knowing that our audience, the demographic, is price sensitive. Our audience or demographic is in the 20 to like 35-year-old range, males. And men are more price sensitive to women. And so it was our job and our goal to try to sell it on the fact that it is amazing quality and they are better quality products than you're going to find out there in the store from these other companies. And that is a fact. What you don't know is that, you're like, well, why would you sell it for as inexpensively as you do? The truth is that those other companies are just screwing you so incredibly bad when it comes to the price of their products. We're still doing fine. Tiege Hanley, there's enough margin in our products as they are right now for us to do well. We did not feel like we should be gouging to try to basically make more money than we felt was fair. And at the end of the day, we want to help you. We want to help you guys look great and feel amazing. And we also know that it's not like a one-time purchase. Like if you grab something for an expensive price, right? You try it and you use it and you weren't real thrilled about it, right? If it's too expensive, you're not going to buy it again. You're going to be like, whatever. Even if it works, even if it's expensive, you might go and seek a lower cost or a lower price point option. But with Tiege Hanley, the idea was make it affordable, make it super affordable, offer them the best quality products for the best price we possibly can because we are online. Because that's the other thing. We're an online business. We don't have retail stores. We don't have super fat paychecks for our CEOs and owners, right? We don't. Like me, Kelley, Rob, the chemist, we're not killing it in terms of getting fat, rich, and happy off of Tiege Hanley. We are investing the profits that we generate back into the company so that we can build a stronger company. The other thing you got to consider and try and figure out, which is really hard to figure out unless you like A/B test, is say we doubled the price of Tiege Hanley, right? Say we charged $50 for a level 1 Tiege Hanley system. How many more people are we selling at the $25 price point than the $50? Right? You're making more money on that $50, but are we able to sell, 3 or 4 times the amount if we're selling it for a lower price point and we're making up the margin there? So there's so many factors that go into it. It's really hard to say. But yes, you are absolutely right. And you've got to figure out what price point people are going to want to buy your product at. And so, unfortunately, I don't have a formula, or there's not something you can figure out. But in this situation, if you're competing head to head with something, you can't look too cheap. You can't go too low end, or else it is perceived as a cheap product, and you end up not selling as much as if you raise the price a little bit, which is crazy, but it's all about the perceived value. The last business question comes from our friend Jack. He says, business question, I just thought this was funny. Enemy versus Jade Black. For those of you who don't know, Enemy is a new sunglass company that I started with my friend John, where we basically created these sunglasses from scratch. They are amazing, super high quality, premium acetate, Zeiss lenses. They're just super high quality sunglasses, and we're selling them for basically Ray-Ban prices. Jade Black is Jose Zuniga's sunglass company. They're $50 sunglasses. It's a different market. It's a different market. Are we both YouTubers? Yes. Do we both have sunglasses? Yes. Mine are different than his in a lot of ways, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I think his look good too. That's it. Gentlemen, what's happening? But Enemies, sick. Like when I say sick, I mean super freaking sick. They're amazing. I've got expensive taste in sunglasses. Anyway, this isn't about Enemy. This is about you and how amazing you are. Guys, I just want to thank you so much from the bottom of Tiege Hanley's big, well-moisturized heart for being a part of this. If you've got a business question, down in the comments, start it with business question, and next week I'm going to get to some more of yours. I've also got some updates that I'm going to be sharing with you next week that you definitely want to tune into. But if you have the opportunity to create a viral video, I would highly recommend it. Unfortunately, you can't pay for one, you can't buy it. If anybody ever says to you, oh, we can make you a viral video, they are lying. Run and hold on to your wallet, because they're trying to take some money from you. But you're smarter than that, because you watch this vlog and we're not going to steer you wrong or let you make bad decisions. Actually, you're going to make a lot of bad decisions. We're just trying to avoid the ones that we've learned the hard way. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And remember, at the end of the day, I'm just kidding. I just want to say at the end of the day one more time, in case you missed it from last vlog, we love you more than our double monk strap shoes.